Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now I've been out today taking a Blu-ray back to CEX regarding a problem that I think I might have been having with a number of the same ones not playing in my PlayStation. So I've been and I've sorted that out, and I've come back with another pile, which was an unexpected pile that I've brought. It's not a massive amount, but you know, it's gonna. There's a bit of talking to some of these, so I'm just going to go straight into them. And the first one I've bought isn't actually a computer exchange buy. I've bought an additional two at the local Tesco's of where I was. And the first one I've got is the movie Valerian, starring Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne. Now I quite enjoyed this when I saw this at the cinemas. Although I wasn't that overly impressed with the castings in this. I thought Dane DeHaan was very much miscast in this. Cara, not so much. She was actually pretty good, considering that she's still new into the acting scene. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's very much a Fifth Element style film, as you would normally guess from a Luc Besson film. Is gone. He really went all out with the effects on this one, but it's a really cool watch, and should watch out for a pretty decent performance from Rihanna as well. So yeah, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. So the next one I've got for you guys is a Jean-Claude Van Damme film from 1994, and that is Timecop, which was a pretty big hit at the time. It did reasonably well. Personal opinion, it's not one of Van Damme's greatest outings as an action star. It's not too bad. It's got some half decent set pieces in it, but it's the typical Van Damme that you've come to know from like from any of the 90s films where he did, like, you know, Hard Target and, you know, Sudden Death, those sort of films. But yeah, that's Timecop, a pretty decent enough film. So the next one I've got for you guys is a Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman movie, which I think is absolutely superb. I think it's absolutely hilarious, and that is The Bucket List. You might have seen this one coming, actually. It's basically about Jack Nicholson here. He plays a guy that's just come down with cancer, and he owns a chain of retirement homes, and he's basically said that he doesn't want to be seen in one of these in his dying days. Well, he does. He ends up in one of his own homes in the same room as Morgan Freeman right here, and they basically go out and just have an absolute ball. Create, obviously, the title of the film with a bucket list, that make a bucket list of things that they want to do, and they go out and do them. But it's the fashion in which everything is done in this film that makes it so good. It's so funny and just such a delight to watch. Also features I can't say. So yeah, The Bucket List, absolutely great watch. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes a light-hearted comedy. Now the next film I've got for you guys is a film from 1985, which I haven't actually seen before, but I have heard things about this. It stars Jon Voight, Eric Roberts, and is it? Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay. Sorry, I had to just have a look on the back there. It's a film from Andrei Konchalovsky, and that is Runaway Train. Now, like I say, this is another blind buy. I've not seen anything about this, so if anybody's seen this, if any of you guys out there has seen this, leave me just leave me your thoughts on what you think of it. That'd be absolutely awesome if you could. That'd be great. I mean, it looks really interesting from what I've read on the back, but I don't know enough about any. I don't know anything about the film to actually tell you anything about it, so I might bring this up in another video. And the next one I've got is pretty much this, not exactly the same as Runaway Train, but it's another one that's kind of got me a little bit confused. It was only £1, so I thought I might as well for the price that it was, and this is called The Frankenstein Theory, which from what I can gather is they've turned the story of Frankenstein on its head and tried to make it out like it's actually a real thing that's actually happened, like a real time film. So yeah, I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Bizarre. Okay, so the next one I've got for you is pretty much a real star-studded casting. I mean, I don't know what this is about. I don't know what it's about, but it's from the writer and director of Crazy Heart, which took me in more or less straight away without having to look at the cast listings. But we've got in this Christian Bale, Woody Harrelson, Casey Affleck, Forest Whitaker, William Dafoe, Zoe Saldana and Sam Shepard. That's a lineup right there. So this film is called Out of the Furnace. Again, like I mentioned with Runaway Train, if anybody has actually seen this, if you don't mind, if you want, you can leave me a comment and give me your thoughts on this one. Yeah, looking forward. Another one that's got me interested. Now another one, all of the stuff I've got is fairly interesting. This next one, I can't even see who's in. I can't even see the actors' names in this. This is the artist, guys. Another film I've not seen. I've seen little pieces of it in the on the TV when it's been on, and I thought, oh, it looks okay. It's a pretty decent price, so I thought I'll buy it and see what it's like. And the next one is something that's really has intrigued me, because I really like Michael Shannon as an actor. Is a really good character actor, and this one is again Michael Shannon, Joel Edgerton, Kirsten Dunst, Adam Driver, and another one with Sam Shepard, and this is Midnight Special. Now again, with a couple of the others, I've not seen this, so if any of you guys have come across this, leave me your thoughts in the bottom. That'll be another one I'd be really appreciative for. Next one is something that I'm probably going to watch tonight, because it got a lot of critical acclaim, with a great cast. I can only think of Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf in this one, and that is the World War II film Fury. So if you like with this one, if anyone could leave me your thoughts on this one, say what you thought of it. I mean, I'm going to watch this tonight. That's utmost definite. Yeah, I'll leave that on another side. The next one I've got is Tommy Lee Jones and Hilary Swank in the Western film The Horseman. Now I saw this advertised at the cinemas and thought, this looks really cool, I should go and see this. Never got around to it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this. Don't know when I'm going to get round to seeing it, but I definitely will. And the next one is this last year. Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner 2049. Now, I kind of liked the original one with Harrison Ford from, was it 1970, whatever it was. I quite enjoyed it. Only ever seen the one cut of it, which is I think is the director's cut, I believe. I think it could be the special edition. I'm not entirely sure. It's one of them anyway, and it was okay. So I thought I'll give this a go. I'll give this one a go as well, just for the simple fact that it's the sequel, and yeah. Blade Runner 2049. Okay, so that just about covers it for this video. So if you'd like to leave me any information, that's absolutely fine. It'd be really appreciated if it'd be very much appreciated if you did like. But yeah. So of course, I'm gonna do my pleasantries and see ya.